Okay, so jumping right in, we are going to convert this Peardeck presentation that I have to a Nearpod presentation. So starting off, I like to just make a copy in case I ever want to go back to the Peardeck version. I still have it. I'm just going to change the title here to the Nearpod version of this presentation. And then I can choose to copy, comment, share it with the same people. Remove all speaker notes is this text down at the bottom. That's up to you. I like to just keep everything the same. And now that we have that copy, first we need to make sure that we have the Nearpod add-on installed. If you've never used it in slides before, you'll come up here to extensions and click on add-ons, and then you'll click get add-ons. Then we'll search apps for Nearpod. And it's this one right here. Your blue button will say install if you've never installed it before. So you'll just click that, accept permissions, and then it will show up here in your extensions right there under Nearpod. So now we're going to click on open Nearpod. And it might have you log in with your email again. But once you're logged in, it'll pull up this page where you can see all of the activities that you can add to this slide. So I'm going to go to my first interactive slide, which is this draw slide right here. And first, we're going to delete all of the Peardeck information. So here, this is just an image with a link attached. I'm going to delete that. And then in our presentation notes, we are going to delete this Peardeck stuff as well. This is just some directions. These are maybe sub-lesson plans that I wanted to keep, or notes for me for when I'm running through the activity. So you can leave those if you want. So now this doesn't look like a Peardeck slide, but we still have all of the elements that we need of a drawing slide. So over here, we're going to click this convert to draw it button, which will make it a Nearpod version of this slide. So as you'll see here, we now have a second slide. So the first one you can keep if you want, you can delete it. I like to leave it as a preview slide where maybe I'm explaining to students what the expectations are. They don't have the option yet to draw, and then we move into the Nearpod activity where they can now draw. Once you've completed that edit, and you can go through all of these, edit them all at once if you want, but once you complete it, you need to make sure you click this save and go to Nearpod button because they don't automatically save. So make sure you click that to save the presentation, and then it'll open up a new tab in Nearpod. And then here you can see our updated presentation that's saving. It does take time to save depending on how many slides are in the presentation, not necessarily how many activities are in the presentation. Now that it has saved, we can click this Teach button and choose either to have it be a live participation activity, or if we want it to be student-paced. You can also preview the activity here and see what it will look like if, it's been a minute since you've looked through that activity. And then you can also click the Edit Lesson button. And since you started this presentation in Google Slides, it'll reopen in Google Slides. You will have to reopen that extension for Nearpod, and then you can make those adjustments as we did before. And then just make sure that you click the Save and Go to Nearpod button when you're done making those edits.